I need some assistance.
Watch out, incoming. Stay on your toes, incoming. Incoming.
The Lupra DB, the only shotgun that actually resembles a double-barrel shotgun, and is not a short-stop remodel. One out of the two shotguns in Flanker's arsenal that can be fired twice, that can only be fired twice. Meaning, if you miss both of your shots, you need to run away like there's no goddamn tomorrow. The fact that both of these weapons require you to make your shots count really puts the pressure on the user. But that's why people like this weapon so much. It's really fun to use, and funny when the dopamine hits you.
But for me, as someone who literally mains flanker, I just considered it being, well, there. Okay, before you crucify my ass on a burning cross, hear me out for a minute. I think it's a really cool concept, but it kinda lacks anything beyond all the trolly shit. Like, yeah, it's funny, it works, but I don't really find myself using it on a daily basis. It's one of those weapons you pull out just to cause chaos. And still though, I can't deny it's a really cool weapon concept and it definitely stands out compared to the usual option. To be honest, I do have my fair share of complaints and why I hate it, why I love it, and in all honesty, why I think it's a really unique weapon. But I'm gonna spare all of you the details because those details are gonna be further into the video. So before all of that, let's get into the stats.
The Lupra DB is an alternate primary weapon for Flanker. It has the following effects: plus 50% firing speed, and it knocks back you and your target. You can also do something called force jumping. No, not that kind of force. Force jumping is where you jump, shoot, and double jump once you reach the ground. But I'm gonna be honest, I have never really find myself force jumping because I've accounted myself to the mindset of shoot bad guy until he's dead. But what are the downsides to this? Well, it's just a merely minus 66% clip size and minus 20% accuracy. Like, you're gonna hit shit anyways. But just equipping this thing in your primary slot, you've lost 2/3 of your ammo reserves, which is something I'll complain about later. With the Lupra, you have the ability to two-shot all light classes, being flanker, mechanic, marksman, and agent. But for something with big health like trooper and brute,
You still can!
yeah, good luck getting close. Okay, so I have less time to shoot and less time to fucking reload. So, why do I have a problem with it? Heck, why do I have a problem with that specific gun? Well, before I get into that, I am going to tell you guys why I like this gun so much. For starters, you can deal as much damage as stock, so you still need to come up close to be able to turn them into Swiss cheese. Which is something I really like. And it feels really satisfying if you catch the enemy off guard because they're low on health, and the toxic inside you just can't help but laugh. I've also mentioned I don't really do any force jumping because half of the time I'll be forgetting I can force jump mid-air, and I usually treat it as an extra double jump, even though the atomizer exists. And the amount of times I am reminded most players in FPS games that has low on heals will sometimes sit in the corner and pray to roll that the enemy doesn't find them. But most of the time, they will. And sometimes I can see other flankers equip the super sneakers to add on the Lupra's height increase and the compensation for the lack of bullets, making you really mobile when it comes to dodging / trying to run away from enemy fire. I also have a loadout like this, but usually I only use it for community maps. Me not using it in pubs doesn't mean I didn't want to do anything to do with it. Like I've said before, I have used it, and I liked it just for the pushing function for the sake of the funnies. But sometimes, the very thing that makes it funny will be the very same thing that will make me spite it. To get something out of the way first, if you like this gun for its practical reason, good for you. Like I said earlier, I didn't make this video to shit on the Lupra DB, and only to say my opinion on it. So everything I say in the section of the video isn't targeting any Lupra users. Okay? Okay. I've mentioned it at the start of the video, but the fact that you lose 2/3 of your ammo reserves by just equipping the Lupara just makes it an inconvenience to whoever is using it, and just makes the user go back to stock. The Lupara's minus 66% ammo capacity debuff makes it that you have to reload a lot more times before you can shoot again. And it doesn't matter if you shoot one shot or two, it takes 1 second to reload regardless of how many times you've shot. Why is this a problem? Because you can reload while you're in the middle of fighting someone! The entire reason why you have to reload every fight is not to get fucked and reload mid-fight, because that 1 second of reload time leaves you open to be killed. And the accuracy loss doesn't really help with this. It pushes you to be more accurate with your shots, and makes you try to make every shot count. I'm not saying practicing your aim is a bad thing, but you only have 2 shells. You will literally die if you miss one of your shots. I've mentioned before you can kill any light class with 2 shots, but what about a class that isn't a light class? Take a look here. I see an arson pull up and suspect him of being an agent. This suspicion was confirmed when the Annie didn't try to kill him. My first shot hits, but my second one missed. I reload. I cut him off from trying to get a large health pack from this specific building and try to straight hit him. I reload. He dunks me once and I survive, and I manage to force jump and hit him with my first shot. I reload. Before finally shooting him 2 more times and grabbing the large health pack because I was about to die.
But wait, did you see the bullshit? Let's do the math real quick. First shot dealt 39, my second shot dealt 31, my third shot dealt 21, and my fourth and final shot dealt 93. Doing the math adds it up to 184, which is 9 points higher than Annie's base health, which is 175. The reason why I called it bullshit is that it took me 3 separate reloads just to kill him. The fact that the only thing that the Looper is good for is mobility. And I mean, sure, I've said it before. It does as much damage as stock, and you can use it to force him to get to sneaky places where everyone's gonna ask, how the hell did you get up there? But yet again, you only have 2 shots. And it doesn't matter when you fired once or twice. You will have to reload regardless! Call me skill issue, sure, but we both know you knew at least 2 people that use this gun as their main weapon. And they say this weapon's all about the consistent mobility and burst damage. They forget to mention the high consistent parts mostly applies to the flank insurance flame after every landing. Okay. That might have not been the best example for the Lupara, and I know some of you guys that are a fan of the fan are currently screaming at me for getting it all wrong, and I apologize. But the concept of this weapon is really cool, but I seriously don't see what's the use of it besides to add on a mobility. But to do it some form of justice, here's a clip on where the Lupara is decently good, but fair warning, it will most definitely not give it justice. Here's a payload match I recorded on Taiga. I was trying to set up a flank when I saw this arsonist on the cart. I tried to snipe him with my pistol, but it got cock blocked by the marksman, so I ran. I tried to catch him by surprise by shooting him with my pistol, and with a Lupara afterwards. But hence of minus 20% accuracy, I only did 35 damage. So, I tried to retreat, but saw my mechanic burning alive, so I went to defend him. In typical arsonist fashion, they tried to burn me alive, while my back was turned. But, they forgot 2 simple things. 1, I have decent reaction time. And 2, my cursor is filled with its hitbox.
Oh my god! Come in. Yeah, I know. I'm a professional. The Lupra DB is a jack of all trades of TC2. And you are the only one that can use it. The great burden, responsibility, and being resourceful of this weapon is yours to wield. It's easy to pick up, fun to play with, but hard to master. Regardless if you're going to be using a different gun or meaning something entirely, It's good to know how this thing works. Having the extent knowledge of when and how to shoot this gun will all be based around your intuition. So you, and only you, will be the one that can bring out this weapon's full potential. So go on! Go give them hell!
Hey! Thank you so much for watching the video. I know I didn't really got a lot of points across, and I know the editing of the video is a little bit janky, but it was for good reason. I wanted to expand my content that are still linked to TC2, but separate enough it's its own video. So the video you are watching right now is supposed to show you what to expect or to see in these types of videos. Regardless, if you like what you saw and you want to see more, do all the things that YouTube's gonna want me to say and do for you to do. And this is Mr.Typical, and this is me signing you off. Or going goodbye. Or whatever, this is my first time doing this. Bye!